Okay, today is the what's in the bag video, and so much has changed since last year from my last what's in the bag video. It's funny, there's two common questions everyone asks me when they look at my bag is, are my iron shafts graphite? And do I pay for any of my clubs? Since we live in Canada, never know when you might need one of these. Do people in the US call these tubes too? You know, it's funny, since we got TikTok, there's all these kids that are members of the course who are like, that was filmed in Country Hills. So shout out to all our 9-year-old TikTok followers. Okay, let's frickin' get into it. Let's tell the people what's in my bag. So these irons were kind of my, not like bucket list irons, but they're irons that I'd seen since they came out. I always wanted them, like even just looking at them. They are the... What's up, golfers? Welcome back to New 9 Golf. We're here at my home course of Country Hills in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We got the whole bottom range to ourselves. It's a beautiful day and we're gonna get into what's in my bag. First thing we're gonna check out is the bag itself. I splurged, I'll be honest. We got a Vessel bag. This is the Vessel Player 3 DXR stand bag. It only comes in this color combo, little black, red combo. And so far it's been a really good investment. The quality's fantastic. And everything from the zippers, the pouch, like it's a really good bag. One of my favorite features is this little magnetic cubby. This is where I'll keep all kind of those random accessories. I got like a training golf ball. This is from Eyeline Golf. So if I want to see how I'm rolling it when I'm practicing. I have a tournament ball from when I might have had to go re-tee. Kept a tournament ball in there. One other thing I have in here is the remote control for my electric push cart. This year I've been battling a groin injury, of all things to be injured, and it's made walking quite difficult. So I'll be honest, I've been carting a lot more than normal. Even though this is a carry bag, I carry virtually never. Good on you guys that carry, like you're big and strong and tough, like I get it. But this is usually on a power cart or a push cart or on the back of a cart. Let's see what's inside these pockets. Sunscreen. Can't forget sunscreen on a nice hot summer day. We got the skin sensitive SPF 50. My bag is a legit mess. Like it's no different than when I was a kid living at home and my room was a mess and there was clothes on the floor. Like the exact same thing is in my bag. Got a half-eaten Rice Krispie square. Got a glove that's used that I'll probably never wear again that I should just part ways with. Some balls that have seen a cart path or two. I need my mom to come yell at me to clean up my golf bag. That's what I need. Inside of here, we have Advil. I told you I've been getting some injuries this year. A driver wrench. It's Taylormade, but I guess we'll have to find out if my driver's Taylormade or not this year. Then I also got a extra CR2 battery for my rangefinder and contact lenses. I am blind as a bat, and if I lose a contact lens, my wife's gonna have to come pick me up from the course because I can't see shit. Got a little tea bag. This thing, as you can tell, is basically brown. It used to be black, but I've had it for so long, it's been in the sun forever. This carries all my tees, and I've got a hodgepodge of different tees in here. Our course gives us free plastic tees. I jacked a whole bunch of these from Trump Doral in Miami, Florida. And the tees that I normally play, I actually totally ran out of. So I'm gonna have to hit the local golf store and pick some of those up. The favorite accessory that I have on my bag is this guy right here. This is the Groove It golf brush. And Groove It's been nice enough to us that they kind of custom labeled it for me, New 9. And what's so cool about this is there's a little water reservoir inside. So when I clean my clubs, when I get something really chunky or I get a lot of sand or dirt, I can spray it, scrape it. The magnetic is awesome. I can just put it near my bag and it sits. So the Groove It brush is by far my favorite accessory. I have some promo codes for some of these accessories that I have on my bag. I wouldn't use them if I didn't think they were great products. So in the description, I'm gonna put links that you guys could save a couple bucks on something like the Groove It brush. So since we've done product reviews, one of the most common product that I'm requested to review is rangefinders. We've had a couple successful rangefinder videos, and the case that I have on my bag, this is kind of sacrilegious. The case that I have is a Precision Pro. I'm testing out the new R1. The video's not up yet, but inside is not a Precision Pro, sorry guys. It is the Blue Tees. So this is the Blue Tees 3 Max. The carrying case that I have actually broke At no fault of their own, it was just kind of stuck in my car, and the way I ripped it out, it broke the case. Because I haven't done my full review of the R1, I'm more comfortable using the Blue Tees 3 Max. It has slope on or off. It's been an awesome rangefinder so far. If you want to see the full review, I'm going to put a link in the top of this video, and I can also save you guys money on the Blue Tees. Again, I wouldn't use it if I didn't think it was a good product, so I'll put a description in the link, and you guys can take a look at Blue Tees if you need a new rangefinder. But I love it. Comes in 3 different colors. This is the black, which is obviously my style. Comes in navy blue, and then Jess, my wife, has their not teal, it's pink, like rose gold. So it's a cool option that Blue Tees gives you 3 different color combos. Okay, let's take a look inside the big zipper. I was just talking about Precision Pro, and this is a Precision Pro product. This is the speaker that I've been using for the most part of this year. This is the Precision Pro Ace Smart Speaker. So this has been an awesome product. We're about to release the review. If we haven't already, it's coming soon. And this shows you GPS distances, as well plays music, which is awesome. Get it bumping on the course. And this little remote can give me the distance from wherever I am. I can just press it and it'll tell me the yardage to the front, middle, back. And then the small button will cheer for me. So if I hit a good shot or my friends hit a good shot, I can press it and it'll go, yeah. Oh, so another really cool thing about this is that the battery life has gotten me like 6 full rounds of golf without charging it. That's no bullshit. I've been trying for a long time to get an affiliate link for Precision Pro. I haven't yet. If you're watching this way down the road, check the description because I'm really trying to get you guys some discounted products from Precision Pro. Ah, my knees.
Oh, old man.
You know what? I turned 30 and literally every part of my body hurts. So shout out to all you guys that are over 30 that golf and walk and carry. Like, I'm the biggest bitch. Getting old has like sucked so far. Did we mention this already? Did we show this to the audience?
Yeah, beanie or toque.
Is this a toque or beanie? We live in Canada, and like it's seriously in the middle of June, it can just start snowing. Like, that's how it happens in the Great North. So I need one of these. I call it a toque. If you guys call it a beanie, or I don't know what else you're gonna call it, but there's one of these in my bag at all time because you never know the type of weather we're gonna be playing in the Great White North. We are doing new 9 ones, so stay tuned. A little update for our store is, since COVID and all these manufacturer delays overseas, it's been so difficult to get a new product to fill our store. We have some hats and some gloves, but we've been trying for so long to make polos and t-shirts and hoodies, and it's just been so crazy to get stuff made. Finally, we have a decent supply chain on getting new stuff made. So hopefully into the later part of 2022 and into 2023, we're gonna have a fully stocked store. So that's something to kind of look forward to for new 9. One other thing I always keep with me is my rain shell. It's just a half sleeve pullover. It's Adidas. So that's a couple things that I keep in the big pouch. Okay, the last pouch in my golf bag is kind of my random stuff. So I've got bug spray. Mosquitoes been pretty bad this year. I got some Made Good, like granola bars. I got my scorecard holder. Here's my last tournament round that I want to forget. It was the Alberta Mid-Am where I was playing injured. I absolutely sucked. You know, side note, I've never qualified for an Alberta event, and I qualified to play in the men's Mid-Am. I sucked. It was just a really bad day of golf, and that's tournament golf for you. I think I was 83, and by like the 15th hole, I legit couldn't swing a club. That's dealing with injury, so I had to withdraw, which kind of sucks. But I was proud of myself for at least qualifying, and better luck next year. Next year.
You fucked up your ribs.
Yeah, so my ribs decided to hurt out of nowhere. I got tendonitis in the muscle that attaches to your ribs, which is obviously something that you need for your golf swing, and just a super frustrating injury. Like I told you about my groin was pretty well fixed, and then my ribs started to hurt. So it's just like one thing after another, which is annoying. I mentioned Alberta Golf. So Alberta Golf gives you Pro V1s and all the events that you play. So that's nice of them to give me a sleeve of these. Then I got a drink koozie in here. This is something I got from a golf tournament. If I got a cold beer or a canned vodka soda, vodka seltzer. And then I have some more sunscreen and one more beer koozie. So this is from the Palm Tree Crew Invitational, which was in Miami, Florida. I did a full vlog on this trip. So I played against Ricky Fowler, Dave Portnoy, Taylor Fritz, a lot of cool kind of celebrity golfers, and it was an event that was awesome. I did a full vlog, so you can watch the entire trip of me playing at the Puma Palm Tree Crew Invitational. It was also hosted by Kygo, one of the biggest DJs in the world. Super fun trip. So that's all the pockets in my bag. I'm gonna put all this stuff out, and now we're gonna get to my clubs. So the reason this video took so long to make is because we've been waiting on my wedges. Like I mentioned, with COVID delays and manufacturing delays, I'm sure any of you that have bought new clubs have experienced some type of delay. I'm no different. I don't get to the front of the line. I have no contacts at these manufacturers that move my stuff to priority. So this is what we were waiting on. These are the brand new Ping Glide Forged Pro wedges. So I only got 3 wedges, which is different from last year. Last year I was playing my pitching wedge in a wedge. This year I switched. So I told you guys earlier, people always think that I have graphite shafts in my wedges. I play the same shaft from my wedges all the way up to my driving iron. These are the blacked out Project LZ shafts. They are a 6.5 flex, which is an extra stiff. And I've had people ask me, they're like, wow, you play extra stiff in your wedges? I think a lot of people that play extra stiff irons will actually just use like a standard wedge flex. For me, I take a lot of full swings with my wedges, and I find that I just have better control using an extra stiff shaft. Another cool feature about these wedges are the ferrules. So these are the Boyd and Blade Ferrule Co. BBNF Co. These guys make really cool, unique ferrules. I've always been obsessed with kind of that Tiffany blue, and then obviously black and silver, black and gray are like my go-to colors. So I got these ferrules hooked up. Maybe we'll show a picture of their Instagram just so you can see all the cool different ferrules that these guys make. Again, I bought these. No one sent them to me. The wedges I also paid for. Full pop. They were not cheap, and it's annoying how expensive golf stuff is getting. And the reason why I got new wedges, like the reason why I put a new 58, 54, and 50 in play, is the last wedges that I got I wasn't fit for. They were Titleist SM8s, if you saw my last What's in the Bag video, and they're my buddy's wedges. So I was looking to upgrade. He had some that he wasn't liking, so I bought them off of him. And I totally regretted it. Like I just couldn't get used to the bounce, especially the 58 had a ton of bounce, where these I got fit for. I got fit at Modern Golf in Calgary. If you've seen any of our club review or lesson series, it's all at Modern Golf. And you wanna go somewhere where there's professionals to look at your swing and make good recommendations. So that's why I went with these Ping Glide Forged Pros, and so far they've been awesome. Like they're so mint to look at, they feel great. And I love them so far. So those are my wedges. The grips on them are the Golf Pride Micro Suedes. These are a grip that I've used for, this is like my 3rd or 4th full season. I got really sweaty hands, and these are awesome. They're kind of a mix between soft yet tacky. And when I chip or I use my wedges, I don't wear a glove. But on full swings, I do wear a glove, and I find that they're very versatile wedges. So those are my wedges. So my last What's in the Bag video, I hit each club and told you kind of my distances. I'm still battling this injury, and I got my club champs coming up. I really don't want to hurt myself leading up to there. So I'll give you a kind of a rough down on how far they go. My 58 is like my 100 to 110 club. Sand wedge, my 54 is kind of the 120, 125 club. And then my gap wedge, my 50 degree is the 130 to 140 club. So that's how far they're going. I'll put one quick swing on just so you can see where the swing's at. But like I said, I'm not going to be hitting a ton of balls just because I'm dealing with this injury.
How do they feel compared to your Titleist?
You know what? They feel really good compared to my Titleist. Titleists are obviously fantastic, and Bob Vokey is probably one of the most notable wedge makers in the world. But Ping surprised me. I've never been a huge Ping guy. I saw them at Modern Golf, and I was able to play around with them and play around with them on the green and take full swings. And just the forged wedge feels amazing. They've been awesome so far, so I definitely recommend those Ping Forged Glide Pros.
Do you like the satin look versus the chrome, or are you indifferent?
I'm kind of indifferent. These are almost a mix between satin and chrome. They're not too shiny. They probably lean more towards on the satin side. But I think they look really good, and they actually complement my irons very well. Should we get into the irons?
Let's do it.
Okay. So these irons were kind of my, not like bucket list irons, but they're irons that I'd seen since they came out. I always wanted them, like even just looking at them. And then I hit them, and I was just so impressed with how they felt, how I was able to move them, and believe it or not, how forgiving they are. So they are these are the Miura's MC501s. So I've owned Japanese forged irons in the past, but I wasn't fit for them. These I went through the entire fitting process, and they just felt amazing. The clubs that I replaced, if you saw my last year's What's in the Bag, were old AP2s. I had like 716. I had 716 AP2s. I finally upgraded to these. So Miuras are played by guys like Abraham Answer is a Miura guy. And the Japanese just really know how to forge irons. They look amazing, and I'm such a visual guy that I loved the look of these. Believe it or not, they have a pretty big cavity. I will say that these are as forgiving as my AP2s. They look like a blade, but they're extremely forgiving, and just the way that they sound, the way that they feel are awesome. I still have those BB&F Co. ferrules in these. I have the Project X LZ Blacked Out Edition, and I have the micro suede grips. So the irons, the Miuras, I have from pitching wedge all the way to 4. And like I said in the past, I never used a pitching wedge from a set, but these Miuras look so close to blades that's why I went with the pitching wedge, and it feels awesome. I don't regret the decision at all.
I think they're more forgiving, because you mentioned that they were more forgiving in your Titleist for some reason.
I just feel like on the miss hits, like sometimes if I've hit a long iron into like a 5 iron into a green, like 215, and if I chunked it a little bit, I just found that the club head carried through the ball, that if my miss hits would give me like 10 or 15 yards, 20 yards short on my Titleist, these were only like 5 or maybe 10 yards max. So the miss hits I found to be extremely forgiving. Okay, so I'm gonna line up a pitching wedge, an 8 iron, and a 4 iron, just so you can see how these guys look at address. So when I got into reviewing golf products, I really just wanted a bunch of free stuff. And sometimes I get some free stuff, but sometimes I don't. For example, these irons I paid full pop because I wanted them. I tried to reach out to Miura and they wouldn't even talk to me, to be honest. So I still wanted them and I paid for them. So these irons are paid in full. And did I mention that these shafts are steel? I don't know if I did or not. They are not graphite, even though that they look like they're graphite. There's not many ribs in them. They are steel. So it's steel in the wedges, steel in the irons, and paid in full. They are not inexpensive irons by any means, but for how often I play, I'd say that they're worth the money. So I'll give you the distance rundown of everything that I hit. My pitching wedge is about my 150 club. 9 iron is 160. 8 iron is 175. 6 is 200. 5 is 215. And the 4 is like 225, 230 max. This is my pitching wedge. I'll put just a quick swing on it. Oh, I'm scared to swing at it with my back. Okay, let's get into some longer stuff here. So these next 2 clubs have stayed in my bag since the last time we did a What's in the Bag. This is my trusty 3 iron. It's my driving iron. It is a Titleist TMB 716 3 iron. It's one that I got fit when I had my 716 AP2s. It also has the Project X LZ 6.5 flex. It's just not blacked out. So it's the last chrome shaft that I have. This is my kind of fairway finder if the driver is having kind of an off day. This is about my like 240. Sometimes I can get 245 out of this guy, and it's been trusty for me the last 4 years, so we're keeping that in the bag. This next guy is also old trusty. This is my 2 hybrid. We have a Scotty Cameron Studio Design head cover on it. I love these hybrid covers. I was a big Scotty Cameron collector. I since kind of just have stuff that I want to keep. And this is the 2 hybrid. So this is the Titleist 915H. And it's again my trusty hybrid. I even have some bag rash on the shaft from it being pulled out so many times that it's kind of a small blemish that I do find annoying when I look at it. But I love this shaft. It's the Motor Speeder by Fujikura. It is a Tour Spec X-Flex, and again, it's just that fairway finder that I love working a draw with this club. and it's something that I've had in my bag for a while, and I probably won't change it until it breaks. I haven't tested hybrids in a while, so I'm sure there are some big upgrades. It's just when you're familiar with something that you want to keep it. So I'll try to put a swing or two on with the hybrid. This hybrid's really kind of the best of both worlds, where because it's a 2 and fairly low lofted, I can hit something low, kind of like a punch stinger, or if there's wind with me, I can really get it up in the air. So I love having the versatility of a 2 hybrid. Okay, the last club we gotta get into is the big dog. And if you've been following our channel, seen our club reviews, seen our driver bracket challenge, our head-to-heads, chances are you already know what is under that head cover. But for those of you that don't know, that might be new to the channel, first, make sure you smash subscribe, join our community. I'm happy to have you. Turn on post notifications so you can see our future videos. We do everything from club reviews, lesson videos, course vlogs. There's a ton of variety on this channel, so make sure you smash subscribe.
It's not your last club, by the way.
Ooh, our last club is the putter. And for there, we're gonna go on the putting green. But first, let's take a look at the big dog. The head cover, this little crow, is from Crowbush. It's from probably one of my favorite golf courses in the world. It's in Prince Edward Island, Canada, which is where my wife's from. If you want some of the best golf in Canada, PEI has some amazing courses. They have like the most courses per population in the world. There's only 100,000 people on the island and like 40 golf courses, and they're all oceanside, like it's amazing. This head cover is made by Dormy Golf. Dormy are some East Coast Canadians that make some fantastic leather head covers. They even put them on like, I think they did stuff for like the Ryder Cup or the US Open for Taylormade staffers. They're one of the best head cover makers in the world. So this driver is the Cobra LTD XLS. This won every bracket challenge I did, every driver head-to-head I did. It's by far the hottest driver I've ever hit. I love it. It grew on me. I used to not be a Cobra guy at all. Like I would never play Cobra clubs. I was skeptical when I got this in my hands and I hit it, and the results speak for themselves. This driver is awesome. It's a 9-degree head on the standard loft. The shaft that I have in here is a LA Golf Tour AXS X60. LA Golf has kind of done some rebranding that this shaft I think now is called the A series. In our recent video that we did a head-to-head with this Cobra LTD XLS and the Taylormade Stealth, both drivers got fit into the LA Golf shaft, so for whatever reason I hit these really well, and I got the Golf Pride Micro Suede grip on this. So the fact that I changed drivers is actually kind of a big deal. I never change my woods. Once I find something that works, I'm gonna hit it until I either cave the face in or it breaks or something along those lines. Like prior to this, I had my Taylormade M3 for like 5 or 6 years, like a long time, hundreds of thousands of hits. So for me to change drivers is a big deal, and it blew out my M3. It blows out all the current drivers. So for me, I love this. It's hot. Everyone else that I've talked to that has this driver also says that it's hot. And one thing that I am kind of waiting on is Cobra made a totally blacked out version, the black edition. So I'm hoping that I can get one of these. This is the only club in my bag that I didn't pay for. Cobra sent this to me to review it, and they said, if you like it, you can keep it. So I did what probably all of you would do, is since I liked it, I kept it. LA Golf was a shaft I was fit into last year, and I didn't pay for the upgrade at the time. And I told you guys in my last What's in the Bag video that I was kind of hounding LA Golf. I did get in contact with them, and they were nice enough to send me a bunch of shafts to review. They have putter shafts, driver shafts. We even got some stiff options for some of my buddies to try out that they've been awesome to us. And this is the only club that I didn't pay for, but I would. The Cobra is actually less expensive than other models, and it feels awesome. So this is new for me, and I love it. Okay, we're only swinging at about 60% just because we're fighting that injury, but let's see what we can do here. Okay, that's all I got in the bag. This back rib pain is annoying to say the least.
But I think there's quite a few of our buddies that got the Cobra because of you.
Yeah, it's true. Like I would like to think that I was influential in helping people make decisions for the Cobra. Again, Cobra doesn't pay me. I'm not like a staffer. All of my reviews are unbiased. If Taylormade and Cobra both sent me a free driver and I could keep whichever one I liked, I'm still picking the Cobra because it performed better for me.
You'd probably keep both.
I would probably keep both. Yeah, it's true.
You're
For whatever reason, I was hitting some snap hooks or something, put a new driver in play, but we're not that big yet that I don't have a full arsenal of backup clubs for everything, but yeah, you're right, I would probably keep both. Okay, so when I'm golfing, the things that I keep on me are obviously a glove. We still have New 9 golf gloves. Go to new9golf.com. You can see what gloves are in stock. They're high quality Cobra leather gloves, and they feel really good. I find so far that our darker gloves, the gray and the black, hold up better than the white ones. For whatever reason, the white ones are just a little softer, that if you're aggressive with your hands, they will rip probably sooner than these, and that's just me being straight up. So when I wanted to make gloves, I love soft gloves. Like, I love the highest end tour quality Cobra soft leather. We found a manufacturer that made those, but the compromise with the super soft leather is that they are susceptible to ripping. For whatever reason, I found that our darker gloves, like the gray glove and the black glove, just hold up better, and the white gloves tend to rip a little easier. I've used this glove probably 20 rounds already, and you cannot see much signs of use. The Velcro holds up really good on these dark gloves, and again, it was our first time trying to make gloves or finding a manufacturer that could do them. So like anything, you live and learn. So our next run are gonna be even better. I also always wear a golf watch. This is the Garmin Approach S42. It's a watch that I've been using so far this season. I got it in the winter actually, tested it down in Mexico, and I love it. It gives me front, middle, back yardages, show me how far hazards are, like water and sand traps. Overall, it's been a really good GPS watch. The thing I love about it is that I don't need it to hook up to my phone. Previously, I had a Vivo Active and I had to hook it up to my phone and Bluetooth, and then that had to find the course. Where this, I just get to the course, press the button, it finds it, boom, good to go. So definitely worth the upgrade. On my person, when I golf, I always keep this stuff. Right now I'm playing Pro V1s. These are actually Titleist Pro V1 X outs. So you see these X's over top of this, whatever, I think it's a tie logo. I found these online. They were selling like a dozen for 24 bucks. So I think I bought 10 dozen Pro V1s, all brand new, just with logos X'd out. So some are weird numbers, some have weird logos. I know all of you are gonna ask where that link is, and they're sold out. I bought them about 6 months ago and you can't find them anymore, so it was lucky at the time I did. That's why I bought 10 dozen. I also keep on me a divot tool. These are my favorite divot tools. This is just from a golf course. It's from Trump Doral. I'm not a Trump supporter, but it was a really cool course facility. But it was just something I picked up as a keepsake. It has a small ball marker on it, so if someone doesn't like looking at my big marker, I can replace it with something small. And then this is my go-to ball marker. It's from our home course of Country Hills, the Talons. That's our logo. And it's just something that I like to use at my home course and when I play other courses. I'm a proud member here of Country Hills, and if you guys are in the Calgary area and you're considering a private membership, Country Hills is awesome. Full 36-hole facility in the heart of the northwest of Calgary, and like, look around here, it's awesome. We got one more club to get into, but for that, we're gonna head up to the putting green, so I'll meet you guys there. Okay guys, the very last club in my bag is brand new. I bought it, and it's so far outside of my norm. It's my new putter. So this is a Ping Tine-C center shafted mallet. This is so far from outside of my comfort zone, it's not even funny. Last year in my What's in the Bag, you guys saw one of my prized possessions, which is my Tyson Lamb putter. It was a custom putter made for me by Tyson, was one of the first Tyson Lambs in Canada. And not that I don't like that putter because I love it, I just wasn't getting awesome results at the beginning of the year. I was playing around and I came across this Tine-C, which is center shafted, and I freaking love it. This has kind of a chrome blacked out shaft, which is standard. Okay. So because I'm always tinkering with putters, and at Modern Golf they have a million putters I can play around with, every time I went to film a video there, I ended up rolling this thing and I was dropping bombs. With this being a center shaft, I really just line up the ball with the shaft, and it's really helped my contact, and it's also face balanced. So face balance, what that means is there's no toe hang. So as I put this on my finger and I find the weight for it, the toe doesn't hang either way. Where my Tyson Lamb would have a big toe hang, which will help produce an arc in a putting stroke, where this is more of a straight back, straight through. That's what it's designed for. So far I've been using this. The grip I took off and I actually put a Scotty Cameron grip on it. This is a Pistolero grip. Pistolero meaning it has this extra little piece to sit in my palm. Feels great. In years past I've been using a Super Stroke grip, but I had this old Scotty Cameron Pistolero lying around, and it feels awesome. So this is brand new to me, or for this year, and I've been putting really well. Hey, Fee, would you say I've been putting
You're
pretty
putting
decent
great.
this year?
I think what it was is, remember when you went for a putter lesson and he was trying to get you to swing more on an arc because you had that putter.
Right. Which just wasn't natural to me, so I wasn't releasing it. So if a perfect putting stroke is inside to inside, I was coming inside and leaving it out, but I still wasn't rotating the face. So now if I'm thinking of more of a straight back, straight through, it just helped me release the putter a lot better. And I extended this to 36 inches. Previously, I've only ever played 35 inches. I'm 6'2", I'm a little bit taller, and 35 was starting to hurt my back when I was practicing my putting, where this 36 gets me standing a little bit taller, and it's just much more comfortable. I don't mess, bro. I might putt like, can you putt like this in Club Champs?
You putt it better with the putter cover on.
Shut up. Okay, those of you that don't know, I'm huge into Jordan. So the golf shoes that I'm rocking are the Jordan Low Ones. These are my favorite golf shoe of 2022. I've pretty much worn out my white pair, so I busted out the black and grays for you. I would wear these as normal runners. They are spikeless. Maybe a bad shoe to look at. They're spikeless. It doesn't look like there's a ton of grip on them, but they are actually quite grippy on the course. So comfortable that if you walk, these are awesome. I love them for regular sneakers, and I love that they made them in golf shoes, and I know that they're releasing a couple more colorways, so I'm definitely going to be picking up some more colors of these Jordan 1 Lows. All right, guys, that wraps up my 2022 What's in the Bag. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, smash subscribe, and we'll check in with you next time. See you guys.